Create an offset stroke element on your next digital project using the elliptical marquee tool and a stroke outline. Here is a preview of what we will be creating together. I will be showing you how to create the offset stroke outline you see here. This video is being filmed in expert mode of Photoshop Elements, but the instructions are exactly the same for Photoshop except where noted. Begin by opening a new document at 300 pixels per inch with a white background. I'm creating a 12 by 12 inch document. Press the letter D to reset the color chips to the default of black over white. In the Layers panel, click on the Create a New Layer icon. Then double-click directly on the name of this new layer and rename it Photo Clipping Mask. Press Enter or Return to commit the change. Now let's get the elliptical marquee tool, and in the tool options, click on the new selection icon, check anti-aliasing, set the feather to 0 and the aspect to normal. Photoshop users set the style to normal. Then on the document, hold down the Shift key and click and drag out a circle about 4 inches in diameter near the center of the document. To reposition while dragging, also press and hold the space bar. Press Alt Backspace in Windows, that's Option Delete on a Mac, to fill the selection with black. Do not deselect. Then, in the Layers panel, hold down the Control key in Windows, that's the Command key on a Mac, and click on the Create a New Layer icon. Holding down the Control or Command key while clicking on the Create a New Layer icon will place the new layer below the active layer. Double-click directly on the name of this new layer and rename it Stroke. Press Enter or Return to commit the change. In the menu bar, choose Edit, Stroke Outline Selection. Photoshop users choose Edit Stroke. In the dialog box, set the width to 25 pixels. Click on the color chip. Choose a medium gray color and click OK. Set the location to Inside, the blending mode to normal, and the opacity to 100%. Uncheck Preserve Transparency and click OK. If you would prefer a thinner stroke outline, set the width to a smaller number. Press Ctrl D in Windows, that's Command D on a Mac to deselect. Because we created the stroke outline on the layer below the clipping mask, the stroke outline will not appear on your document. Now let's create the offset. Get the Move tool, and in the tool options, uncheck Auto Select Layer, but check Show Bounding Box. Photoshop users uncheck Auto Select, but check Show Transform Controls. On the document, click and drag the stroke outline away from the photo clipping mask. The direction and distance you drag the stroke outline varies based on personal preference. Next, clip a photo to the clipping mask as I've done here. Step-by-step instructions on how to do this can be found in the manual. I would like to recolor the stroke outline to match my photo. Here is how to do that. In the Layers panel, click on the stroke layer to make it the active layer. Hold down the Control key in Windows, that's the Command key on a Mac, and click on the thumbnail of the stroke layer to get a selection outline. Then click on the foreground color chip to open the color picker. On the document, sample a color from your photo. I'm sampling a brown from the horse. In the color picker, click OK. Press Alt Backspace in Windows, that's Option Delete on a Mac, to fill the selection with the foreground color. Now press Ctrl D in Windows, that's Command D on a Mac, to deselect. You can also try using the rectangular marquee tool to create an offset stroke. Follow the same steps I did to create the round photo mask, but choose the rectangular marquee tool instead of the elliptical marquee tool. You can use this technique on elements from your stash as well. Here are 2 examples I created using an alpha and an envelope from Angie Briggs' Love Notes collection. Solid, opaque elements work best. Please see the manual for instructions on how to create this variation of the offset stroke. You can also use the transform controls to change the size of the stroke outline, but the width of the stroke will change as well. If you make the stroke outline smaller, the width will be thinner. Here is my finished page. I love how the stroke outline circles add interest to my round photos and adds a whimsy feel to the page. For a free PDF version of this video, Click on the download link and then make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. This has been Carla Shute from Digital Scrapper, the very best place on the web to find complete and professional instruction for digital scrapbooking. We help you get your stories told.